Coach. Thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Trubisky on first down. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Hey, check Mike. Watch out, 5.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon.
Silver.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
That's what I do.
Hey, ball. Get up 5, Mike, 55.
From the shotgun is Trubisky.
I'm on.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Shift. Going to 53. Yeah, quick the edge. Come. Rotate. 99. Check 99. Kill.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, it's Elliott. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Everybody, watch it. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got him.
Joker.
Here we go, 46.
Mike's 54. 54.
26.
On 3rd down, Elliott.
Go, run.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Logeezy027 there to make the play in coverage.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Going up top, and that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air.
Here we go.
They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40.
At the Bengals' 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
54. Okay, double up. Whip. We're going to 54. Why is
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
3rd and long for Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Marr able to put this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Let's go.
Either not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. One receiver to the left is Cooper. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
You go tight.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8.
Switch.
Here we go, 47.
Prescott on 3rd and goal.
54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The kick by Maher is good, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bengals take over first.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And going deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Now it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Curtis. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 6-0 our score after one.
Come on now, let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. He completes it to Nelson. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. J.J. Nelson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Cowboys.
We're going to 54. Why ain't?
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got? Give me some.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
Check.
Buying time to his left. That one complete to Elliott. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he's still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
They complete it to Hill. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that...
It got his man complete. There he goes right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross. 81 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And that is how you retaliate after getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
Switch.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
A first down carry by Elliott. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I got one.
Draw play, Elliott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
It's a party now.
Now Elliott.
Check.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our check it out.
He's going to get it running right. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
It's just me and you. Hey, switch gears.
Check.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Touchdown, baby.
Ezekiel Elliott, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
18. Hey, seam 6. 55, Mike 55.
Hey, pick it up, D. Let's go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Lets it go for Nelson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Yeah, from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Shift.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Undercrunch.
Now 2nd and 6. The 8-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa! Let's get it.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the great coaches said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Big edge. 25. We're going to 53. Check 25. Hey, kill. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Kill.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
Now Prescott being chased out left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Get ready.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, but it'll be 2nd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
Let's go. Shit. Shit.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I got you, punk. Check 26. Check 26. 26.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Second and goal from the 1.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try.
Here we go.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a two-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more two-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now it's Trubisky. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Trubisky on third and long. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll come out in the pistol. So quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3.
Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4", Mike's 5'4".
Hey, I'm coming.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Another try for Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he's got it in the end zone. Bit of a surprising call here, down by as many as they are, but the fake works, and they'll get 2 points closer instead of 1. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come to our world. We want it. Come to...
Here's Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. This is Elliott.
Check three.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
All day.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Come on, D.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Exit. Check 13.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
He's checking.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. This to Jarwin. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Watch 54.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Kill.
Mike 5, 4.
Prescott to throw this time. It fights him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky going deep downfield and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 34, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch, counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
36.
Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You got him.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. They go to Elliott again.
Let's go. Come on. Run to the ball.
Escapes the defender. Give them 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Elliott. Powerful running, and the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal.
Push him back.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Cowboys, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next